So next we go to the transport of diluted species. So first we go to the transport dilute species. And then under that we have transport properties. So we have convection, diffusion. So for this part, since we don't have the blood in the materials library as of December 1, 2020, we're gonna search for a literal value of that for, in this case, blood. We're gonna put in or define our diffusion coefficient based on literature values. So I've already searched this, and the blood diffusion coefficient is basically 1 times 10 to the negative 3, but it is in milliliters cube per second. Sorry, millimeters squared per second. So that's it for transport properties. For no flux, that is, makes sense. It's where you're not having any transport of our solute. Concentration. Now we have to add in an inflow to put in all of the parts where blood will flow in, so which is the vena cavas and the pulmonary arteries. Let me just zoom in here. Okay, now we select the inflow. We will use this inflow and make it a concentration of 1 mole per cubic meter. Since we have an inflow, now we need to have an outflow of the system to make sure the fluid flows out of the system. So we're going to use the pulmonary artery. So now we select our inflow and our outflow and the concentration of 1 mole per cubic meter, which is great. So in transport dilute species, we're done. There's nothing more to add there. Now we go to laminar flow, which is where we put in our interior walls, our inlet, our outlet. So right now we have fluid properties, which is basically our blood. Again, we don't have it in our material section or our library. So we're gonna use literature values for this. So the density of blood is actually 1060 kilograms per cubic meter. And for the dynamic viscosity, we can put it at 3.5 times 10 to the negative 3 pascals times seconds. So we have all the walls set up, and we need to indicate the entrance or inlet and exit or the outlet of the blood. So let's do that. So inlets will be in the vena cavas. So inlet 1 will be the same thing as the inflow. These two including as well. Now we have the outlet, which is these two. So in our inlet, we will use a normal inflow velocity, which will indicate how fast our blood will get into the system. So the appropriate literature value for that, which averages about 0.1 meters per second or 10 centimeters per second. So since we have an inlet and outlet, we're fine for that. Now we're adding a interior wall, which is basically this middle part of our system, just so the right atrium and the left ventricle, the blood that gets into those chambers doesn't mix with the blood that goes into the right atrium and right ventricle, because we don't want to mix oxygenated blood with deoxygenated blood. So that's the reason why we add an interior wall. So make sure that the fluid doesn't mix. That's it for laminar flow. No more else here. Now we can do a study and we can compute. I forgot to mention that we need to put it in the velocity field in under convection. So that seems to be my mistake, my bad. So we can compute. Here you can find your velocity. So you can see there's a simulation of the blood going in, blood going out. We also have the pressure gradient. So yeah, that's it. So if you guys want any more examples of this, please go like and subscribe. If you guys wanted to make your own project and send it to us, we'll be happy to react to it. Make sure that you guys are staying well and healthy. And yeah, if you guys are willing, or if you guys would like to find out other COMSOL simulation, please comment down at the comment section below. Okay, that's all. Thank you so much for watching this video and hope to see you again next time. Bye.